Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We've done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Shout out to Machismo TV. The link is right there in the chat room. The link is right there in the chat room. Shout out to Machismo TV. By all means, click the link, go check it out, go subscribe. If you haven't already, the best male-centric clip show and highlight reel show in the business. Shout out to everybody. No, I haven't been live for a while. Dropped a lot of good pre-records during that time, but go and make sure you go and check those out. But shout out to the early bird squads, those are making it in bright and early before we get things started. Lil Rock 2517 in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to LB Crypto in the building, says let's go. Hit the like button and put some respect on the super chat and the cash app. Absolutely 100%. And as RM always says on your way in the building, hit the like button. Shout out to RM. Shout out to shout out to Jackie Jack, says shout out to No Country for Old Simps, one of the top five names in the business. No Country for Old Simps. Shout out to you. Who else we got in here? I see the Mac the Trucker in the building. Says only thing he has to do is come out with Medea special in the sisterhood will forgive him. One thing that I will say about that, and shout out to D Scott and XL Pro. I see y'all in the building. I'm about to respond to what the Mac the Trucker said right there, but real quick, he says only black women will get mad at a He says only black women will get mad at a cross-dresser giving them dating advice. Look, so I got to respond to both of those. All right. I'm gonna come back to the Mac Truckers. The cross-dresser thing. There was a time when Madea was a character and it made sense. It made him popular. It got him on the map. It made him famous. It was his thing. It was his niche. It was his shtick. It was him. It was what he did. And you support. Hey, I mean, not even if you ain't support it, you respected that. Hey, he created a character. He wrote a script for some plays. He executed the plays. He became damn near a household name before his first movie off the plays. And hey, you respected the game. I think he made $100 million off the plays. In the plays, the bootleg. If I first heard about him on a bootleg disc, the bootleg disc of them things he probably made another $100 million on the streets. It's like you respect it. Fast forward 20 years later, he's a billionaire, and he's still playing Madea. At some point, you just dressing in drag. At some point, we could just lightweight just look at that as you practically a drag queen. You know. So yes, I've been pretty much on that one for a while. So that's just where I'm at. Shaka Nulu said, "Ain't no man respect that." I mean, yeah. Listen. I saw what he did from building something on his own, creating it. From that standpoint, I respect the pull yourself up by your bootstraps, start it from the bottom, now you're here, roll your sleeves up, get it done mentality that he had in creating that character and running with it. I did respect that, but you know, there's just that. I respect the accomplishment. I don't say, well, I respect the man being in a dress or a nightie or whatever he was in, a muumuu, acting like a woman. I'm not saying I respect that, but I see I saw the vision that the plot plan, strategize, execute. He did the damn thing. I can't argue with that. But the Mac the Trucker is in the building, and he's saying only thing he has to do is come out with another Madea special, and the sisterhood will forgive him. Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. About that, Shaka Nulu said he comfortable in panties. You do not know if he got on panties under that muumuu. You don't know that. All right? He probably got on some boxer shorts, some boxer briefs. You don't know what he got on under the muumuu. Okay? Cannot go there. He probably got on basketball shorts under the muumuu. All right, so chill. We don't know what's underneath there. He probably left the gym, still had on his basketball shorts, and just threw the muumuu and the wig on and went and got him a character and played Madea. We don't know. But all right. Here's the deal with the Mac the Trucker's comment. If the only thing you need to do is just come out with another Madea special and the sisterhood will forgive him. The thing about those Madea movies, the sisterhood should. Mac said he in full character. He's a method actor. He has to get all the way in it. You got to put on some damn panties. Oh man. Here's the deal. The sisterhood should not have been surprised in any way, shape, or form. For this reason, what was his first movie? That Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Woman was married to a rich man. The rich man was evil. Who came to save her? A blue collar worker with a heart of gold. All right. Why did I get married? They never that bald headed dude who I do need to go rewatch the movie, the one that was treating Jill Scott like garbage. I do need to go rewatch that with fresh eyes, with the way I think now, so I could try to decode and say, okay, was he like trying to, get her to lose weight and she just was refusing to do it? So at some point he got a little jaded and just was like, just start talking crazy to her. Did he build up to that, or was he just an outright jackass from the, so I want to watch that movie again right now. Because back when that came out, I didn't think exactly the way I think right now. So I just wrote him off as an asshole of a character. But he probably wouldn't as wrong when I go back and watch that. Yeah, fake braids Shamar Moore in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. So I do want to go rewatch that. But anyway, after Jill Scott was getting treated badly by the bald headed dude that was in the wood, who came and saved her? The guy who was like a cop or security guard, or I think he was a cop with a heart of gold. Cops make about $50K. The blue collar working class man with a heart of gold is always the hero in the movie. Fake braids or not, to Mac the Trucker. Fake braids or not, the blue collar dude with a heart of gold is always the hero. Even in the movie, with the good deeds or the family to praise, or what the chick kept saying, "You'll never be William Cartwright." That one, the dude she was with, I believe, was a construction worker, and he was typecast as the great character. Who was the evil menace? The rich man. So he's always viewed the rich, high value man as the villain in the story. So they shouldn't be that shocked when he's saying that. Okay, so if you're successful and you're making big money like that, you're making that bank. This guy who's a able-bodied, comfortable, productive man, he just don't got the talent, skills, or whatever. Or as Tyler Perry said in the clip I'm going to play, that's not his gift. To go make $200,000 a year, but he is a working man. It lines up with his movies. It really does. So they shouldn't have been that damn shocked that he said that. What's funny and what's embedded in it is the whole idea of they're going off. They're saying that once again, another man is asking black women to settle. Like I say in the thumbnail, are you settling for this man if this man is the best man you can get? Now, Tyler Perry made some mistakes. He made a glaring mistake, and I don't suspect that he watches Black Manosphere content. I don't suspect that much. But he made a glaring mistake that anybody who watches this kind of content on this side of the internet already knows for a fact that his statement that was incorrect when he said black women make more money than black men. So he messed up, he botched it. But let's cut the music. I'm gonna get into the tape. I'm gonna pull the tape. Let me get that ready to go. That's not it. Not that. Holy hell, where is my... All right, I lost my video. Hold on, we gonna get it. All right, here, there. What this thing is called? Hire is waiting. Okay, now I see. Huh, I couldn't find it. But it's coming. It is coming. Why couldn't I see that? There it is.
Hold up.
There. We about to get into it. But shout out to Eric Bird, says for the algorithm. Drops $2 on it. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna lose. Do appreciate that. What we got right here? BR, they misconstrue that stat because in relationships, it's black women who are more likely to be the breadwinner. I don't even believe that. Where's the data on that? They take that to mean that black women out earn black men overall, and that's not true. I find it unlikely. I find it patently unless you can show me some data on it. I'm not gonna fight the data. If I read it and it come from a credible source and it check out and it makes sense, I'll accept the data on that. But I find that highly unlikely that if men make more money than women, if black men make more money than black women, then how does that work out to where black women make more money than the black men that they're in a relationship with? I am very curious about how that works out and plays out, because across the board, let me just see if I still got this data on deck. I probably got rid of. Oh no, I still got some of it on deck. Now again, this is let's drop that comment down. Let's move that banner. Let's get that banner out the way. There it is. Let's get that comment. Hold on, I'm trying to move that banner so I can really make my point. And that banner is being stubborn. Okay, I couldn't find it. Okay, good. Thank you, IRM. Thank you, IRM. All right. Now, again, this is all people total. But the thing that's significant in here is when it comes to married men, and a lot of black folks ain't married, but just follow me. When it comes to married men, look at what married men make compared to what single men make. Like it goes without saying that women are going to relationship up financially. They'll have some sex and give some pussy to a dude. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I need some water. They'll have some sex and give some pussy to a dude. They're making less money, making less money than them. But typically, when they tie that knot, when they get married, they ideally want to marry somebody who out earns them. It's like that across the board at every age. When that age goes up, that money goes up for the man. So it's just, so that statement that you made about they make more in relationships, I mean, by all means, I would love to see that. I'd love you to show me some data on that. Says it's possible. See, now you started out saying it was an actual thing. Now you're saying it's possible. It's possible for them to out earn their men in a relationship because they choose Pookie. Yes, I get that element of the equation. I get it. But we need facts and data on that. We can't just, we can't have, some women talking about their anecdotal experience, and then we take that as a stat across the board. We can't do that. We can't do that. So that data point speaks to black women dating down. Okay, I want to see the data. And no, I'm not talking about them just giving some pussy to a dude who ain't got a job. No, I'm talking about a real, actual, full-blown relationship. Full-blown actual relationship. I think is little evidence, or at least I haven't seen no evidence that from a wide scale statistical standpoint that black women who are in relationships with black men, that on average they make more money than the black man that they're in a relationship with. Like, I mean, I got to understand. A lot of them talk. If you watch a Derek Jackson video when he's, women nowadays, they lit out there on the dating scene. Women making that bag nowadays. So y'all men got to step up. That they create stats in their head off statements like that. They have their alternative facts based off statements like that. Shout out to Little Big Nate says, "Where the hell have you been, Bernard Riley?" Yeah, I took a break from the live streaming. I did drop some pre-records though. But I should be back in action. But Sir Tyson in the building says, "Oh well, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do appreciate that." But before let's go ahead and read this. He says, "Does whoever say these what is MM earning more than SM I don't know what MM is. Married men. Okay. Does whoever say these married men earning more than single men factor in that married men have more expenses, children, tuition, bills for a family versus solo, etc.? No, not yeah. I mean, you don't got to beat your chest as a single man, Sir Tice. I mean, we get that you probably making more than most married men, and even if you are making less than most married men, even if that's, I mean, I don't know what you make, but I kind of know that figure that I showed. I know you make more than what it said married men make on average in there, even though I don't know exactly what you make, but I know enough about you to know you're doing well. But either way it go. I mean, it's general truth to it that yes, a married man has more expenses, so him making more, it don't mean that he actually got more money than you. He makes more, it don't mean that he got more. No, we get that 100%. We get that absolutely. My bad, Sir. It seemed personal. You sitting there with no wife, no kids, no major attachments. You like, I don't care if they make more than me. They ain't as free as me. They ain't got what I got. Yeah, Sir Ty's selfish. You got to take one for the team, man. You got to fall on the sword. You got to dive on the grenade. But all right, let's get into it. Let's see what Sir Tyler Perry said that got the sisterhood all having a fit. Let's see what Tyler Perry said that got the sisterhood pulling their weave out. See what I did there? They're not pulling their hair out. They pulling their weave out. I think when other people get frustrated, they pull their hair out from the root. So I guess it would work like that. When black women get frustrated, they just start pulling weave. I don't think they pull a weave out when they get frustrated. Ain't that crazy? Other women get frustrated and they pull their hair out from the root. Black women get frustrated. They ain't touching that weave. Black women, y'all value their hair on y'all head more than they value it on their head when it grows from the root. When it's attached to their skull. All right. Let's get into it. When
I'm on them gummies, but that sounds good. Okay, go ahead.
It was real good.
Just 5 milligrams a week. That's all I can do. If I try anything else, I'd be like, no, y'all come get me. I'm going to the hospital. 5 milligrams.
Go to the hospital.
Yeah, 5 milligrams. But understanding, and
somebody sent me this timestamp. I didn't know that they was talking about weed before they got into this part. Okay, but Tyler Perry talking about he get high. All right.
Having people meet you at your work.
Yeah. That's what I was. Yes, when you said that, we were one of our many nights at your island, darling, in the King's Landing room at the table. You said it just hit you. You probably was on the gummy there too. You was like, meet me at my work. And we were all like, wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And anybody who can't do that doesn't mean they're not worthy of you. That means that they need to either attempt, try, learn, find out enough about you to be able to figure out what that is.
Yes.
And that's not money because you listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love.
All right. We would be remiss if we didn't stop the show and say that that's a bunch of nonsense. All right. I didn't even take the time to go find the data on it. And the reason I didn't, because literally everywhere that data is found on this subject, black men on average make more money than black women. So it's like that's it's a grotesquely false statement. It's blatantly false. All right. So he's already starting off wrong. He's already starting off wrong from the perspective. It's like they create their own stats. So I try to say this is exactly how and why I rail against propaganda. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's propaganda which ultimately gets them to the point to where they just believe these things. It was propaganda that had them on the whole thing about them being, you know, the most educated. It's propaganda that gets them on the thing that they make on average more than they man. And the catch and the funny part is that there are some of them that don't have the ability, maybe the attractiveness, maybe the femininity, or maybe the personal accomplishments to even get to the point to where they're moving in circles with the men that actually, you know, that actually make good money like that. So it's very, very possible that a lot of them in the circle of men that they deal with, that they interact with, that they have access to, that they hook up with and have sex with, they probably do make more money than them. But that becomes some across the board thing where he even, you know, soft shoot it. It's like, of course, there's some men that make more money, but overall, black women make more money than, you know, it's like the overall, the across the board is literally black men make more money than black women. Every group of men make more money than their women. It's like, it's so like that is a patently 100% absolute false statement across the board. And everybody knows that. Well, everybody on this side of the internet knows that. So he fucked that up. So that's the pander from the start. And how the hell I just casually mentioned weed and complex design, see the bat symbol and show up in my chat room. He'll hardly ever be in here no more. I mean, I just whisper weed under my breath and this motherfucker just pop up out of nowhere. Like, god damn. Damn. Some people, boy, I don't know. It's like they just got radar for certain words. He just but all right. How often do I talk about weed? Almost never. The one day I mention it, here you come. Is that the topic today, or that's what we? Oh man, I'm at to do a weed show just for complex. Just do a weed show for him.
Of if that man works, you know, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth. Right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff. You handle the light bill, baby. You can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Now, funny part is, like I said earlier, in his movies, that's what it's always been. He didn't specify it to only paying the light bill. We gonna get into that because Sister could blew a gasket over that. In his movies, that's what it has always been. The average earning dude, blue collar worker with a heart of gold. That was the hero. The rich guy has been the villain. He always does that. He always typecast, and I think that's playing on black psychology. I think it really is. You know, very rarely you have a really rich, successful person in a movie or a person that just really makes a lot of money being genuinely the good person in the movie. He always, you know, spins it and depicts it like that, where it's the you know, the average earning guy with a heart of gold who comes and just loves you and gives you what you need emotionally and makes you just feel safe in his arms. It's like that's been the message from the start. Like it really has. So they shouldn't be that shocked. Now, where they're blowing a gasket is because it was a whole thing online about the whole 50-50 thing. Now, listen, the guys who are saying 50-50, y'all need better marketing. Y'all need better PR because it's not 50-50 if y'all in a relationship. They're just stupid. you know, if the mortgage is, you know, $1,200 or the rent is $1,200, you get your 600, but it ain't, you know, you put your 600 in an envelope on the table, and when you come up with yours, let me know and I mail it off. It's like nobody. What the hell? That shouldn't be like that. Nobody fucking does that. All right. That's just not a real thing in an actual relationship, you know. So when you say 50-50, it's almost like y'all splitting things like a roommate. I don't think nobody does that, but what it really is that a lot of men are saying that no, in this modern day and age where women can work and make just as much money as men, I'm not going to be wholly footing the bill for a woman who has a goddamn job. I'm, you know, especially, you know, most men, you know, they in their mid 30s, they dating a woman in their mid to early 30s. I mean, ain't nobody bringing in no damn mid to early 30 pleasure model with kids and stretch marks and shit. Like, and she just get to lay up in there. They're like, no, if we dating, and yeah, you're gonna contribute to what's going on here. That's basically what they're saying. You're going to contribute. Like, that's a better argument that makes more sense than just saying they're making it seem like there's a 50-50 numerical amount. And yeah, hey, yeah, I gotta come to my city. Well, you know what? The market going up like a motherfucker now. I used to brag how property value was so low here. Like, you could find a foreclosed house with, you know, with like, I mean, shit, dirt cheap. But all of this, you know, $1,200 rent is fucking normal. That's still, I would damn near say that's a, I don't, I haven't looked and checked in a while. I'll grant y'all that. But it was a time when I wasn't looking for an apartment for me, but I was helping somebody look for an apartment, and yeah, it was 2-bedroom apartments, less than $1,000. Like, yeah, like easily less than $1,000. Hey, remove that Freedman's Journal. I wanna keep, you know, remove you. I'll try to do it. Remove that comment. Your comment. I probably shouldn't have said that. Now everybody looking for it. Let me get that one out of there. Yeah, I don't want to help the doxers and stalkers and people. Don't want to give them an assist. I don't want nobody. Yeah. Like, if somebody come up, never mind. I ain't about to get into that. If somebody from YouTube, from somebody who know me from YouTube, show up at my house unsolicited, you got all like, like, Bernard is not my first name. All right. If somebody is come to my house and I hear and they say the name Bernard and I don't know them, which means they know me from the internet, which means they know me from YouTube, and they did whatever doxing people do, and they found my house and they showed up, I got full creative, as far as I'm concerned, full hostility. I'm treating them as a full hostile. Like, I'm well within my right to shoot. Exactly, Free. That's what I was trying not to say, because I don't want to be sounding like I'm threatening to shoot somebody, but I mean, but yeah, somebody pull up at my house and they greet me as Bernard. Oh yeah, liable to get shot. I'm just saying. All right, getting back into it. Y'all threw me off with the rent piece, but yeah. The whole thing that he getting at here was I talking about? The 50-50 people. Okay, so at one point the guys were talking about 50-50. One point, guys talking about 50-50. The sisterhood blowing a gasket because they like, hold on, Mr. Perry. You're telling us to accept. No, we got talked down to 50-50. Now you're telling us to accept less than that? Just a light bill? You know, that's legitimately why they're tripping. That's legitimately why they're tripping. And you know, to say just the light bill, okay, I get that sounds low, that sounds ridiculous. And I think most men are in a place where they for damn show, even if they make less money than a chick, they want to, you know, contribute more than that or whatever. I mean, that's just typically how men are. But the deeper analysis that I have with this, and this is what a lot of women don't realize, don't understand. They can't even comprehend these simple metrics. That if we live in a world, even though black women don't make more money than black men, that was false. He was wrong. But just the mere fact that we live in a world where more women are making a lot of money now than before. All right. If you increase the number of women that make good money, you decrease the number of men that make comfortably more money than women, which means you decrease the number of it's only so many. I said this in my last pre-record, actually. It's only so many jobs to go around. It's a finite amount of money to circulate through a country. If that money is circulating through the hands of women that they're earning, that's less money circulating through the hands of men. As Thomas Sowell said, there are no solutions. There's only trade-offs. So if you strengthen women economically, the way the pendulum swings and the way things shift, if you're going to, on a macro scale, weaken men. You're going to end up decreasing the amount of men that are in a position to where women are going to see a lot of value in them because they make comfortably more money than the women. Just from a pendulum swinging, no solutions, only trade-off. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction standpoint of moving the levers of economics. It's going to play out like that. So what you're going to end up with is a situation where more women are going to find themselves in a situation to where they're going to have to make that compromise, that Faustian bargain. It is what it is, but they don't realize that that's what was essentially fought for. They didn't realize that when they were making significantly less money than men and were significantly less employed than men, and then they started burning their bras in the streets and fighting to try to close those gaps. Closing those gaps look like, okay, it's less men up here economically that are economically attractive, as they say. It's going to be less economically attractive men because you got to make either the same as me or more than me. But if women are making close to the same amount as men, and men are dating women at every level of economic strata, it's just a simple thing. Like Kevin Samuels just ran out of breath trying to explain that to women. All right. It's what's going to happen. He called it pricing yourself out of the market. You start making big money. You still average at best looking. That average at best man is looking sexy. The average at best man start looking sexy as hell when he start making a lot of money. So he pulling women that look good, and he ain't thinking about the average chick that make what he make. Who that average chick gonna get with? An average earning nigga who can pay the light bill. So truth be told, With Tyler Perry, don't even realize that he's talking about basic economics. The basic economics of how a country is going to work out and play out when you have women in the labor force making a lot of money. It's going to play out like that. Goddamn, the Mac the Trucker. He said Kevin Samuels literally ran out of breath. He didn't run out of breath talking about that. He ran out of breath on top of that big booty Asian girl. Don't get it right. The man went out on top. R.I.P. to the late great Kevin Samuels. I was just thinking about that earlier today because he's in my thumbnail. So I was just sitting there thinking, like, damn, if he was still alive, I wonder what would be going on his channel. What would he be doing? Would it still be as big? Well, I was thinking about all that. Like, damn, like it's, yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P. She was Latin? I thought she was Asian. All right, I gotta look her. Okay, no, I'm not gonna stop the show to look her up. Not gonna stop the show to look her up. Okay, all right. So he went out. He didn't. All right. Big booty Latin girl. We'll just erase that. Thick Latin nurse. Okay. How did he die? On top of me? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. All right, let's get back into it. Y'all got me all thrown off. But yeah, so the economics are the economics. The economics are the economics. If you increase one thing in the market in a roundabout way over time on a macro scale, there's going to be a decrease in something else. That's just what it is. If the average man is making, let's just say 60K and the average woman is making 30K, there's going to be plenty of economically attractive men for all the women to get with, and they're going to be happy because men make more, and then they're going to be complaining because men make more, then they're going to burn bras in the streets so the women can make more, and then now the women make more, and now they can't find a man on their level that makes enough. So you men need to step up. And then the men step up. And they go from making 60,000 on average to making 90,000. Yeah, look at all these economically attractive men. Let's get with these men. Let's marry these men. And now they're back, married to these men and making all this money, and these men are taking care of them. And then it starts feeling like oppression again. And now they got to burn bras in the streets. And then now they got to do all kind of economical shit to try to make it to where now the woman is making 90. Like it's almost like if y'all just stage ass in the kitchen to begin with. If you're gonna, they ain't gonna be happy either way. They ain't gonna be happy either way. So they might as well just stay with the original oppression that they knew. The so-called oppression that they knew. They might as well just stay there. Because it will never be a fixed problem on a macro scale. You can't fix it on a macro scale.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no. I need somebody they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. Well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I remember I was having a conversation with you, and I was going, I can admit that I had fallen under that. Like, okay, I actually may have misunderstood what meet me at my worth meant. I thought meet me at my worth was meet me at my net worth.
But my net worth, right. No, not your net worth.
Right.
At least meet me at my net worth. Yeah,
okay,
no, that's your net worth. Yeah.
And I was talking to you.
think about it, and this is another thing, and sometimes this happens a lot in these conversations. Think about how small of a percentage of people that some of this stuff applies for. Because I thought meet me at my worth meant meet me at my net worth. Like, what percentage of black women have an actual net worth? Like an actual net, like you'll be shocked how many people don't really even have a net worth. Where you taking everything that you own, and it's like you do the math on a net worth. Most of them ain't got it. Take everything you own, every one of your assets, subtract your debt, and what's that number? It's like, no, most people don't even have a net worth to speak of. They just don't. There's plenty, especially which I say about how much rent is in New York and those big cities. Most people, even if they making, $90,000 a year, they still check to check. So no, it's like, so again, some of these conversations only apply to just a small percentage of women, because they apply to the ones who are actually in real life successful, make actual good, real money. They can actually go out and earn a legitimate $150,000 a year. Very small percentage can actually do that. That very small percentage that can do that, and that percentage of them that are, probably average looking, fugly, or got kids or something like that. Like it's a unique niche group of women that are complaining that it ain't enough $150,000 a year men out there. Very niche group that got that legitimate problem, that not just saying it ain't enough $150,000 a year men, but they're saying that I make that and it ain't enough men that make that with me, even though it is, they just don't want you, which begs the question in the thumbnail: are you being asked to settle if that's the best you can get? If that's the best you could do, you can't get what you're saying that you want, but what you can get, if that's literally the best you can do, are you really settling, or is that the market telling you where you're at? So that's why the whole black woman being asked to settle question is nonsensical. It's nonsensical. It's almost like it's the never-ending lesson that has to get taught again, that you are what you are based off your overall attractiveness, based off what men find attractive, not by what women find attractive. Like, all roads lead back to that. That was, it's funny. I looked at an old video of me when I made that point back in 2019, back before I started going live. I was just doing pre-recorded stuff. It may have been 2018. I might play that. Yeah, I might play that. I did there's a video, a pre-recorded video I did in 2018 and posted on my channel. I may play that, where I made all of those points back then, and they are still consistent to this day. Still consistent to this day. All right, let's go.
I was like, and Tyler, I was like, this, and this, and this, and I've done this, and you're like, wait. Stop. He was like, don't make it about money. And this is when I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it was like it just went off, and I was like, I see what you're saying. You were like, Crystal, I used to do the same thing. I would like be doing all these things for someone or people around me, and I'm like, I'm not getting anything in return, And we fall into that sometimes. And you said, but then I thought about it, they can't do for me the way I do.
No.
It's just like, they can't. No. You got, when you explain it like that, if he is giving you all these other things, then that's something you work with. And I literally completely misconstrued what meet me at my worth meant in that moment. But worth is more than that.
Right.
And that's when I was like, wow, like this is way deeper.
Yeah, you got to remove the money from the situation, because it's just going to cloud it. And then you have your girlfriend and this friend that's saying, yes, he's doing this and he ain't got that. You don't understand the love that we have for each other. And that is.
I see what he's saying with the whole, you got to understand the love that we have for each other. But really, in all practicality, with it, how it really plays out is when you got more women making money, and you got those women that's making money, there's the percentage of them that, even though they make that money, even though they rubbing shoulders with men that make money like that, they still can't attract those men. What they end up doing is just getting them a dude who don't make a handsome, good looking motherfucker. Like, basically, it ends up creating the market where, men become the, good looking men become the bad bitches for average at best looking women. That's essentially what the market produces. Just like how it's average men out there, average looking men that can ball out and, successful, and they make $150,000 a year. They can pull some bad bitches. The average at best chick, when she get tired of striking out trying to pull the $150,000 a year man, she eventually gonna find her a male bad bitch. Those are the consequences. Those are the no solutions, only trade-offs factor in women making more money nowadays. Not more money than men, but making more money than what they made before. That's what the market is going to end up creating. It's going to end up creating a market of sexy niggas trying to look good for women to take care of them. They yeah. Those are side effects of feminism. Embrace it. Love it. Lean into it.
What is it?
Hold on, before I even get into what he's saying right there. Christian Hutchinson in the building. Christian Hutchinson in the building. Why is that not there? All right. Christian Hutchinson in the building says Tyler Perry got his kids out of that beard. Oh. And I was, doing, subtle research this morning. I was doing subtle research this morning. I realized he had a kid. And my first reaction was, how? But I can see how that happened. A successful billionaire, allegedly gay man may still want a kid. So the chick that's his, friend, his special friend, hey, why don't you go and carry a baby for me? And then when we, when we formally announce that we're not together, 2 years from now, then I just get custody of the kid, and I just okay. Well, let me ask that. That's something I need to do in my research. Do he got custody? I believe that theory 100%. If he walked away with custody, I believe that 100%. If he got custody, yeah, that was his cover up. But all right, Tyler Perry got kids out of that beard. Plus, he got his billion. He might go rogue because they can't touch him. He is their gay best friend anyway. Yeah, that's a spot on. That's a spot on super chat. It really is. That is a spot on super chat. RM, what is this you putting in the back? Explain to me. I see 2 links. I don't know what they are. Explain to me what those links are. But no, that's a definitely spot on super chat. Shout out to you, do appreciate it. Thank you for putting 5 on it. Also, shout out to Azrael, first of his name. Says black women choose looks over, i.e. Terry McMillan. Plenty of higher earning black men, but they're not swagged out or select. That's what the black community doesn't want to discuss. Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on too. When I first really got involved heavy in this space, it was, during the infamous Pookie and Ray Ray versus Educated Lame wars. And it's so funny how when the argument was put forth and the data was shown that, look, there's plenty of black men out there. There's enough black men out there that make, decent money, not enough to put, Idris Elba in every pot. But it's y'all tripping. It's a lot of stuff y'all complain about is rooted in the choices in which y'all choose to make. There's plenty of guys that that may not have said swag or whatever the hell, but they decent, they make money, they're decent human beings, they blah blah blah. Like the overwhelming clapback when they got outboxed into a corner and had nowhere to go, it was, yeah, but them niggas, they don't make my pussy wet. It was basically just saying that they have very primitive dating and mating criterias and standards, and that's what it is, and that's what it's going to be. And they put it out there heavy. You niggas lame, you niggas normie. You know, a lot of them dudes be lame, and they you know, no, they just don't get it done. There's no spark, there's no nothing, there's no this, there's no that. And then fast forward a few more years in this space. Now all of a sudden, you know, when swirling movement and divestment movement and all of that start taking off, apparently having money and no swag wasn't a problem. Shit was crazy. Having it, you know, it's like they perfectly fine. It's crazy how, and when this point was being made back then, before all this divestment and swirling and all that shit really took off, the point was being made that, you know, when you if you do happen to get with a white dude, you don't require all that. You don't have all the bullshit height requirements. You don't have all the bullshit swag requirements. You don't have all the bullshit. He gotta do this. You don't have all those requirements. A decent dude with decent character with a decent job who would treat you halfway decent became just enough and ideal. But that was what they went to war against, because they pussies wouldn't wet when they supposedly dealing with said dudes. It's like, so we've heard so many cycles of bullshit arguments, and then that argument kind of flipped on his head again when Kevin Samuels made the whole high value man popular. When the high value man became popular, then it became a wave where they seemingly, just based off their talking points, wasn't caring about, you know, all your good looks and charisma, even though some of them did call into Kevin Samuels' show and was like, no, but I got to be attracted to him, and he got to be close to my age, and he got to be the, you know, but it was almost like whatever ideas are dominating in the marketplace, it's almost like that's what they go with. It's a crazy thing with women, and that's the important thing about these media platforms. Like, he who has the biggest microphone and bullhorn has the ability, because women, they're impressionable. They hear certain things, certain ideas, and they just go with it. You know, men typically like what they like, and that's what they like, and that's what it is. But women can be swayed and convinced that, no, this is the thing. Like light-skinned dudes was in, and all of a sudden somebody tapped him on the shoulder and told him dark-skinned dudes was the shit, and then that was the shit. You know, thug niggas was in, and then somebody tapped him on the shoulder and said, no, actually a high-value man is what you want. And then that became the shit. It's like you can literally just, if you got a big enough, strong enough bullhorn, you can tap them on the shoulder and explain and tell them what they should be into. And then over time, if your sales pitch is good enough, they'll start buying whatever you're selling. Azrael saying, Bernard, are you saying women are just hive-minded followers? Yes. Yes. That's why I have a healthy understanding that this whole doing content online, it literally is the propaganda war. The whole little gender war, it's a war of online. I'm not talking about in real life, however you manifest a gender war in real life, but the whole little gender war, battle of the sexes things online. If you're talking about media platforms and who has the biggest bullhorn and the biggest mic, it just turns into a propaganda war. Kevin Samuels had the biggest bullhorn and the biggest mic, and that's what dominated the whole thought process and zeitgeist of how black people thought about relationships for a while. But shout out to Azrael. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Do appreciate that. Oh, that's my video from 2018. Nope, that ain't it. It was the one when I reacted to Tanya TKO. What in the world? Hold up. Where did you find this? This is up on my channel? Huh. I didn't even know this was still active on my channel. Okay. Okay, you just showed me something. But no, it was the one with Tanya TKO. It was the one where I reacted to a Tanya TKO video. I apologize, y'all. I'm having a conversation with RM. Because I don't know how. Oh, I think I know how you got that one. But no, I don't even think that's a public video. I think that's a private video. Like, you got me going back. No, it was the fourth video on there. It says Tanya TKO keeps missing the point. That was the video I was talking about. That video you grabbed, that one isn't even live in public anymore, I don't think. You found one of my non-public videos. That's scary. But all right, let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. All right. Okay. My bad, y'all. I had to do some things. All right. All right. My bad. Sorry for the dead air. All right. Let's get back into it. All right.
It's important. And I'm telling you, there are some good men who can't meet you at your net worth.
Yeah.
And if you can find a man who is secure enough within himself to stand in that space. Yeah. I'll tell you the story. Oprah tells a story about her and Stedman. They were in Hawaii, and she was walking. This is years ago. She walked in the store. He was behind her, and no, I'll tell you this story. This because I was there for this one.
Okay.
We were coming out of the Color Purple premiere in New York, and it's Tina Turner, Oprah, and me, and Gail. We're all getting in the car, and
you just said that, so it was Tina Turner.
Well, listen, that's when I first knew. That's when I first knew something had shifted. In my life.
Wow.
Because Oprah walks out and they're screaming, Oprah. Tina walks out and Tina. I go out and hear Tyler. I go, oh, this is very early on. So they're pushing us into the limo, and I've turned back, and Stedman, the security, is pushing him out of the way, not letting him in.
Wow.
I watched him tap the man on the shoulder and say, hey. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Graham, and he let him in the car. But do you know, when I saw that man who's 6'6" in that situation, I went, wow. Look at the grace in how he carried it. He didn't get a car with attitude. He wasn't mad, which takes me back to the story in Hawaii when they were in the store and everybody swarmed around Oprah. He was watching protectively. And
you see what I mean? It's like, you know, Stedman is Oprah's bad bitch. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it sort of comes down to. Now, again, consequences and reaction of it being a lot of women out there making money, and every woman that's making that money and is not going to be able to get a man that makes the same amount of money as them. So it's just, okay, he says more like a beard. But it's just those are the facts of reality. Those are the facts of reality. So I don't even mind the conversation being had, but it's just worth pointing out that when that conversation is being had, you are talking about the percentage of women that are just they earn high, but they can't attract high, and it ain't because they're black, because there's plenty of high earning black women that can still attract high earning men. Like, everybody don't realize, and I think this is why the average at best conversation blew up. It wasn't just because he was snapping off on the chick. It was that conversation blew up, and it's like everybody is having that conversation, even when they don't realize they're having the conversation. Like he's having the average at best conversation. That's basically what's being said there. Says Stepman is a pimp playing this position. Well, you're gonna get into that. You ain't gonna call him a pimp, but basically that's kind of what he's talking about now. Stepman playing this position.
Wow.
And after she was leaving the store owner, older person, said to her, "Listen, I watched that man, how he loves you. I watched that man, how his aura is all around you, making sure you're okay and safe." So and Stepman does well in life.
Yeah.
But I don't know nobody doing well as Oprah.
Hello.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it can't be about the money.
Yes.
Can't be about the money.
That was a good nugget that you gave me recently, and I was like, wow, because you do get caught up in what your girls are saying and what society is saying.
That's and if you try to make it about the money, then it's always going to be about the money. And the money is you have to understand that when you start to make money and do well, that becomes a part of the perception of who you are.
Wow.
Right? And that's okay.
Yeah.
That was the thing that bothered me about it. It was like, all they see is my money. All they see is my money. And I'm a good person. Right. I had to let all that go. I'm like, yeah, well, the money's a part of your person now, so let that be.
Wow.
And that's okay. Yeah.
It is. Now, when you started making money, we talk about money as a part of the person.
Listen, that's a whole nother podcast. The financial literacy. Yes. But anyway, go ahead.
Even like with like family and friends, what did you go through when you start? He said, because like that's the thing I start to deal with now. You know, just the entitlement or like gimme, and the random text messages.
All right, and that kind of wraps up that part. Now that was the thing that he said to basically set the internet ablaze. That was the thing that got the sisterhood pissed off, where he said kind of what he'd been saying all the time in the movies, that they were missing the point, that settle for some dude with a heart of gold that's going to love you. I'm not asking women to do that. I'm in no way, shape, or form asking women to do that. I'm just saying the economics of it is going to play out like that. It's just a brute fact of reality. That's how the economics of it is going to play out. But I am digging up right now as we speak. Well, you know what? I wasn't going to play it because I hate the way my voice sound in the older videos when I'm on a bad mic, and when I didn't know what the hell I was doing on YouTube, and the quality is like terrible. But I'm going to play an older video just for fun of me making the same points. I think this was in 2018. Well, it says 4 years ago, but it still may have been in 2018 because they just. Well, hold on. Give me a second.
Hold up.
All right. This is me. This is a video, a reaction video to Tanya TKO. Let me get the date right. I do want to know the exact date that I made this. The reason I want to know the exact date. Okay, January 15th, 2019. So almost 2018. I knew it was close to 2018 when I made this, but no, January 15th, 2019. That's significant because listen to the stuff I was saying. It's going to sound exactly like some of the shit Kevin Samuels blew up off of.
specifically geared towards men, particularly Black men that I've seen coming out on social media talking about wanting a woman to help build him up, help elevate him, help him get to her level, etc. And I wanted to, I'm making this video hoping that we can start the dialogue. I really want to hear from you, from men who feel this way, to kind of get a sense and understanding for why.
Okay, now I'm going to take her up on that one, but in this video, I'm going to do more so a breakdown of the main thing that she and a lot of Black women tend to miss when they talk about building a bomb. In the second part, I'm going to do more of a line by line breakdown of the things I disagree with, just like I've done with some Derek Jackson videos, and it more than likely will be more of those to come as well. But for right now in this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain the major thing that she and so many women of all races tend to miss when they're talking about having to build a man. Now, first things first, it seems reasonable to a woman to say that, hey, if I'm a successful woman, I'm making $100,000 a year, I should be able to be with a man who makes $100,000 a year or more. Women say that at all levels. If they're making $250,000 a year, they want a man who can make $250,000 a year or more. If they're making $50,000 a year, they want a man who can make $50,000 a year or more. And no woman wants to bring a man up to first class. I get it. That makes perfect sense. But here's the part that they're missing. As a woman, you don't barter with your money, power, and success, because men who have their own money, power, and success, they're not attracted to your money, power, and success. They have their own money. Why would they care about your money? The only man that cares about your money is a broke man who does not have his own. So the woman will still more than likely say, I don't care. I'm successful. I want to be with a successful man. Well, let's look at what that successful man wants. That successful man wants a beautiful woman. And the thing that a lot of women miss is that if a man is, let's just say, his physical appearance and how he looks, if he's a 6 on a scale from 1 through 10, once he becomes successful and he's making over 6 figures, he now just became an 8, 9, or a 10 to younger, more attractive women, depending on how successful he is. So that woman who's also a 6 on a scale from 1 through 10, when she becomes successful and is making 6 figures, she's still a 6. You very rarely will see a successful man with a 5 or a 6. And you very rarely will see a beautiful woman with a build-a-bum. And Black men, on average, make more money than Black women. There are more Black men making $75,000 to $150,000 than what there are Black women making $75,000 to $150,000. There are twice as many Black men making $250,000 a year than what there are Black women making $250,000 a year. So the men are there, but do they want you? Now, I worded that kind of harsh, understanding that there is some nuance to it. A woman may very well be beautiful, but she could have some low self. All right. I hate the way the audio sound. I hate the way my voice sound on that. LB Crypto said, who is this nigga talking? I know it don't even sound like me. It don't even sound like me. But when you first start doing YouTube, it's like you're not even yourself. You're a robot. It's like you, because it's just talking in front of the microphone just don't feel natural. You know, so yeah, it sounds horrible. But if you listen to what I was saying, it was a very damn consistent message. Very damn consistent message. Sounds sounds, I mean, more or less it was the same shit. Like those are the baseline of the talking points Kevin Samuels more or less blew up off of. Yeah, he said I had a karaoke mic. You said that yeah, it just sounded bad. It wasn't even just how it sound. It was just the cadence of how I was speaking. the cadence of how I was speaking. It's like when you first start this shit, it's like you're just not comfortable just being just 100% just yourself. So it's like you're talking. I don't know. It's hard to explain it. When you first get in front of that microphone, you talk like a goddamn robot. But what I was saying was stands true today. Stands absolutely 100% true today. And going back to 20, this was almost 2018. It was 2019, January 2019. I went live for the first time in January 2020. That was when I went live for the first time. But so I was pre-recorded behind a Yeti. I think I had a microphone, but I don't even know if I had that damn thing. No, I didn't even have a Yeti mic yet. I had a microphone and I didn't even have it plugged up. I didn't have it plugged up right. Those may have been just computer speakers. But yeah. So these have been age-old arguments that's been refuted and broken down a million times. They was making bad arguments back then. It was being refuted back then. These same arguments are being put forth right now. It still have to be explained now. You know, it is what it is on that. But Code Steel in the building says they've all had 3 or 4 faves and banged random guys they barely knew. If she brings up money, she doesn't like you or respect you, in my opinion. Absolutely. All right. Now, what I'm about to bring up from some TikTok some people, some chicks on TikTok responding to it. I haven't even seen these. All right. I have no idea what I'm about to present before y'all. No idea. But like the here it go. I haven't seen them. I had somebody send them to me. Just send me some chicks responding to the shit. And we about to see what happens. Let's go. Shit.
We cannot afford it.
My
It's
bad,
a losing
yeah.
strategy. We saw our mothers do it, our grandmothers, even back in slavery.
Oh my goodness. My bad. I thought y'all could see it, but y'all couldn't because I had it shared, but it wasn't up on the screen, but I was watching it in the back. My bad. Here we go. I'm making a lot of mistakes today, but let's go.
Himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as
if I was a Black man, I would be highly offended by this entire conversation. You can tell a lot about how people feel about you by their expectations of you and their standards for you. And clearly y'all faves don't think very highly of you. And for real, you know why we
clearly y'all faves don't think very highly of you. That sounds like something a swirler would say. Like she's basically criticizing Black women for liking Black men, but she's saying y'all Black men that the Black man that y'all worship don't think highly of y'all. So I mean, that sound like, you know, swirling divester talk.
We are refusing to settle at this point. We cannot afford it. We cannot afford it. It's a losing strategy. We saw our mothers do it, our grandmothers, even back in slavery. Free Black women will be married to enslaved Black men. This is a losing strategy for everyone. So clearly we have to rewrite the script.
I'm curious to what she means by our mothers did it, our grandmothers did it. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I don't think she know what the hell she talking about. I do know that the Black community, I do know a lot of Black women work like being in house, being, housemaids, cleaning up and shit after white folks go back in the day. I do know that was a thing. The man that they were with was a working man who probably did some type of, labor. Was probably that worked with his hands, was like a day laborer of some sort. And if you go to random average white people, that's the same shit that you saw with most families. Yes, there was some dudes working in what was, considered corporate America back then. There was some white dudes working in that, and probably had some wives that didn't work or whatever. You go back far enough, you find less wives working. Yeah, I mean, that is a thing, but I don't know how that would get warped into them settling if some of them didn't even work. So it turns into a goofy argument. Then she went all the way back to fucking slavery, where women who are free and married to enslaved men. I don't believe a woman just walk was just walking by a plantation free, and a slave, shot his shot, and then she like, no, people was marrying people, and free black people was marrying other black people and buying other black people, buying family members, buying loved ones. If it's like that shit was just stupid. Like, I don't even got the history all the way in pocket on that, but the little bit that I know, I just know that was fucking stupid.
Ladies, if you make over 40, 50,000, you are priced out of the black man market. But luckily, we live in a country.
What? What in the hell? I said I wasn't pulling up the stats, but they make on average less. They make less than 40,000 on average, and black men make more than what they make on average. What the hell she mean? 40, 50,000 pricing you out of the black man market. And she don't even understand what the term priced out of the market means. Priced out of the market is one, if you make a lot of money, you make $100,000, but it doesn't mean that there's no black men making $100,000. It just means the black men that make $100,000 don't want you, based off what I just explained in 2019, because those black men who's making $100,000 just became very attractive to younger, hotter women. So your older, not as hot, probably got kids, you became less attractive to the men that you want to attract on your economic level. That's how you price yourself out of the market. Not just because you make a dollar amount. It's because your looks is a 5, but your income is a 10.
Where black men are not the majority anywhere. So it's not just don't settle, but you will have to open up your options or you will stay single.
Yeah, I knew 100% that was a swirling divestment video. 100%. Like no questions asked at all on that one. Game changer saying slaves cannot marry. Yeah, I knew I had a history all the way right on that. But I do know there were situations where, maybe no. I think it was situations where two people would be married on a plantation. One of them would some way somehow come about enough for his freedom, and then you come back and then you buy the other. You try to gradually buy the family. That's how a lot of black people owned slaves back then. But I know she got the context all wrong. And like, I don't even dig deep into the history of that. I think I like history. History is fun. But I don't dig deep into it. The black people who know who got the most history burned into their memory are the ones who just seemingly get off from looking up shit that look for the ones who get off from looking up shit that white people did to their ancestors. It's like they have some weird lust for that shit. But all right, let me pull up another one. Sorry I didn't have these already ready to go so I can pull them up fast. But we got it. We good. All right. Again, have not seen these. Just shooting it from the hip today. Have not seen these.
Most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black more money for the most. Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right?
That is incorrect. But because he said it and they want to believe it, they're going to keep playing that. And now they're going to add a group of men who statistically make more than them. Why y'all not making more money than us?
A lot of black men who are successful.
Tyler, this is my issue with what you're saying, because any adult person in their right mind would actually consider that. I think women have actually considered it and also pursued it. My issue is this. Do you know how men are when they don't got no money? Do you know how resentful they can be when they know they're not out here getting that chicken like they supposed to? Because look, we can play the whole kumbaya thing all we want to.
Bullshit. The woman who's with a man who ain't making good money is more resentful and scornful and mad at him and disrespectful and abrasive and all kind of shit to him than what he is agitated and chastising her for making more. Like, come on. I hate when they try to make it seem like that's the problem. The problem isn't that the man is, I mean, there are men uncomfortable with a woman making more than them. Yeah, I get it, because the history with that is women, when they're making more than a man, they want to wave their dick around. All right. This is what it is. They want to start beating their chest and grabbing their nuts, and they be out of pocket. And then they try to spin that off as, a man's insecurity. But no, you was being a bitch. So that's already, she already heading down the wrong path right there.
But the reality is, a lot of these men don't have anything to contribute. You are not kind. You are not trustworthy. You are not loyal. You are not supportive. Okay? You're not open to new opportunities. Can you teach me something? If I'm making more money, can you teach something? Can you teach me something? Can you tell me where to put the money so it can make more money? The fact of the matter is, a lot of these dudes don't have anything to contribute. Anything. Nothing but the parts between their legs. And some of them can't even do that. Some of them cannot even do that. So when you out here telling women things like this, you need to also prepare her for the reality. Okay? Finding a man that has a value system, okay, and that is loyal and trustworthy and all of the things that make a good man, and to not have no money is a needle in a haystack. A needle in a haystack, okay? Stop trying to push these unrealistic standards, okay?
So what he's saying is unrealistic standards, because the only thing he's talking about is a man that makes less but is a decent person. This is where they get into that, where they try to say, where they try to equate, they try to make every man the same. All right. I can't get with a man that make less because he's going to be a horrible human being. So I might as well only be with a man who makes more, because he's also going to be a horrible human being. It's like, it really, it doesn't matter what's said. Anything short of a guy making 200,000 with a heart of gold, it's like anything less than that they'll complain about. And again, these are online talking points. I'm trying to see what book is that behind her. Can y'all see that? No, y'all can't see that. It's too small on y'all end. Hold on. I'm legit trying to see what book is that behind her. That book look very, that look very Derek Jackson. That look very Derek Jackson. Anything short of 200K with a heart of gold, they will find something to complain about. That's the online talking points aspect of this. The practical reality aspect of this is that she's letting some broke dude smash, and she probably got dudes with halfway decent jobs who are halfway decent character, in a friend zone, texting her and she ain't texting back. It's the practicality of this is just stupid. The practicality of this is just stupid. What they talk about versus what they do in reality. It almost doesn't even bear a response. I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen this one, so I'm shooting from the hip here. But just generally, what she's trying to say is that they're all bad. That's essentially the argument. There is no resolution. There is nothing. If they're a man and they got a dick, something wrong with them. That's essentially what it is. Because if she's saying all the men that aren't high earning are pieces of shit, then what about the men who are high earning? Are they pieces of shit too? That's the only conclusion I can come to with that. Now, when it comes to her herself, just from the look of her, you shouldn't judge a book by a cover. You really shouldn't. But just from the look of her, she work. I mean, she's a Walmart cashier at best. I mean, like dude who work at Popeye's Chicken is probably your speed. That's just her at a glance. Just looking at how she talk and the way she think and the way she analyze shit. I don't know. Oh no, she got on hospital scrubs. She a CNA with some deodorant, baby powder, or gasoline stain on the inner part of her on her collar. Those look like they might be hospital scrubs. I can't tell. So I don't know. We talking about a CNA or a Walmart cashier?
That woman is more than likely going to get treated terribly. The amount of resentment that men carry in their hearts when they are not living at their optimal potential is dangerous. Don't tell.
All right. If a man has not accomplished all his goals, he's dangerous to be around. He may lash out and hurt you. All right. We got one more. I haven't seen either. I had somebody send them to me. Had somebody send me some reactions. Let's see what's going on. All right. Another one. Let's see what the sisterhood is saying about this. They blowing the gasket because Tyler Perry saying accept a man who makes less money and loves you. But the fact of the matter is, the average black woman making it so low, it's like most of y'all ain't got that problem. You average earning, he average earning. Like, cut it out.
To say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff. You've handled life.
I do not understand the obsession that some Black men seem to have with humbling Black women. I am so tired of this narrative that Black women are out earning Black men and therefore Black women should settle. It is therefore Black women out earning. Tired of this narrative that Black women are out earning Black men and therefore Black women should settle.
Are you tired of the narrative because it is untrue? Is that why you're tired of the narrative? Because y'all Black women are not out earning Black men. So is it because the narrative is true? What's the deal?
It is so important that we root
the narrative is not true because y'all are not out earning.
In the realities of what is actually happening here, which is that Black women are working incredibly hard to get to where they are. They are not just being handed success. They are not just being handed all of this money.
Oh my goodness. They have the best PR team in the world to where they could be in this dark ass room where how she living is so bad that she got to have all the damn lights off while she's still talking about black women working so hard to get to where they are, but you are no goddamn where. And statistically, they're no goddamn where. It's like what the hell? They got the best PR team in the business, where the PR game is so good, the marketing is so good that the actual person that believes they believe their own press. It's like a basketball player that got a great PR and marketing team. They've gotten the paper that he put up 25 points last night. But reality is he shot 1 for 10 and only had like 3 points, you know. But the PR is so good that he believes he hit 25. That's how she sounded to me. Like, you can't believe your own press when you know your press is trumping you up.
Money. They are working incredibly hard and they're fighting and battling misogyny, misogynoir. Some of them are battling colorism to get to where they are.
Holy shit.
If a Black woman can fight all of these hurdles on a day-to-day basis to succeed, nevertheless, in a patriarchy, then as a man, no, you too.
They're making the argument. They are making the argument that we are successful. You niggas are singing, we shall overcome, but black women are singing, we have overcame. And if we can do that, then y'all should be able to do that. That lets you know that this whole narrative of racism and white supremacy and all of that is really about how people feel. All right. It's really about how people feel, because all they had to do is be told that no, black women are doing great and making a lot of money and successful and educated. And they say, yeah, you know what? We are successful and doing great and we are educated. And then, and now they are. They're not oppressed and held back no more. Or they're overcoming the oppression. All somebody do had to tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, you overcame the oppression. You're doing great. I am doing great. Like, it's that easy. It is that goddamn easy. Jesus Christ.
Should be able to figure it out. Instead of Tyler Perry to be encouraging Black women to settle, what he really should be doing is encouraging Black men to work even harder, to excel at an even higher level so that they can be providers and so that they can care for their families and care for their partners.
Yeah, they're not working harder. Y'all are more enrolled. And I think that the higher enrollment came is when you could still, and they got to the point where they could stay on benefits. They could stay on government benefits if they enrolled into schools. That's the reason that they enrolled, in the amount of degrees barely even went up. So there is no specific said hard work taking place. The black women are still making more or less the same thing that they've always been making. This shit is ridiculous. Hispanic and Latino women are not having this conversation, and their men make less than black men. White women aren't exactly having this conversation, and their men make on average about $900 a month more. It's like, this shit is stupid. It's a talking points factory based off engineered PR campaign stuff where they told you that you were doing great. And then you said, I am doing great. Why aren't you doing better? That's literally what just happened.
Why? Because we literally live in a patriarchy. Like, unless I am, just have been living under a rock and the patriarchy has suddenly disappeared, we live in a society that is set up to support men. So regardless.
Jesus Christ. Feminism basically defeated the whole notion of patriarchy. Like, that's been going. That's been going. Patriarchy is a la carte. It can be a patriarchal household, but this country is not some patriarchal country. But it is funny when they get to the point to when they want to criticize men, they'll damn near stumble into a, instead of a down with the patriarchy, up with the patriarchy. Like so okay, so you want more patriarchy for black men? Do you really want that? I tend to believe you really don't want that, because if that happened, you likely just start lumping black men into the whole oppression, misogyn war narrative, shit that you just talked about when you talked about the country in general. That more or less what will happen right there.
Regardless of your race, your class, anything. If you are a man in this society was literally built to support you. This society was literally built to ensure your success. So if there is a black woman right next to you that is able to achieve X, Y, and Z, baby, you should be able to achieve A, B, C, and X, Y, and Z just off the back of like you literally just being a man. Womanhood is already hard enough. As a woman on a day-to-day basis, life is so hard. We go through so much. Then on top of that, motherhood is even hard.
All right, I ain't doing this no more. I had somebody send me some shit. Like, yeah, just send me some women who responded to what Tyler Perry said. I ain't doing it, and I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it beforehand. And I said I don't react to videos of women if I didn't watch the shit beforehand. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, this is annoying. This shit is annoying as hell. Yeah, LB Crypto, the bitch babble was strong. The bitch babble was strong. Let me get to some super chats. Archer ain't shit says, down with the patriarchy, but we don't want to settle for non-patriarchal men. Right. That's sort of what I was getting at. You worded it better when I was sitting there saying, oh, okay, so you want more patriarchy for black men? You want black men to take better advantage of patriarchy? I distinctly remember the Jamila Hill statement of where she said, I've come to realize that black men don't want to dismantle the patriarchy. They just want a bigger slice of the pie or something like that. Or they're just trying they just want a better place in it or something like that. So yeah, patriarchy is the enemy. So that's truly what they own when you really break it down. If there's other super chats that I haven't read, let's get those up. There's other super chats that I haven't read. Let's get those up. And Adam, I'm trying to check something real quick. LB Crypto in the building says, put something on the wood so you can buy some Caspa. I don't know what that is, bro. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. What are you talking about? What is that? KASP? Okay. He said, I'm Googling it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do. What was that? KASPA. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. You still, yeah. Is that a coin? Man, I ain't even been looking around. I ain't even playing around in that. I ain't even playing around with the crypto. I haven't. I've been out the game. Christian Hutchinson in the building says Tyler Perry got his kid out of the beard. I actually already read that one. Shout out to Christian Hutchinson. Azrael first of his name. Oh no, those ones got already. I think I'm caught up on the super chat. Yep, caught up on them. If I've already read them, then don't pull them up. Don't pull them up. Oh, Carlo, I know it was one more I didn't see. Carlo, shout out to Carlo. He says for the show, absolutely. Shout out to you. Do appreciate it.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Yeah, I can't stomach no more of that shit. I can't. But all right. Oh, here we go. Black Thoughts. I knew it was some other ones. Black Thoughts said Pookie is the only type of man that exists to them. Yeah. Shout out to you. Thank you for putting $2 on it. There I said it in the building, says salute BR. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. And all right, and I read the Archer one. Shout out to Archer. Shout out to everybody who supported the stream. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. All right. I don't know if GC's still in the chat, but if he is, he's going to like this. Completely off subject, American Negro in the building. Says, again, Jeezy filed for a divorce about 20 minutes ago in Beverly Hills. Whoa! Jeezy filed for a divorce? I didn't see that coming. I did not see that one coming. They just got married. They got married in the time frame that I've been doing, shit. Didn't he get married last year? God damn. Cole's still back in here with another one. He says, they say that they like a man with confidence. The confident man knows that he's what she wants and needs. The man is the one who picks the woman. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Appreciate it. All right. All right, here we go.
Asian men.
What race do you think
I'm definitely very into Asian men.
What race do you think I am?
White to Asian, maybe?
I am Asian, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Can we hug?
Sure.
Okay. Hi. How are you?
Good. You need a hug.
Thank you.
Why, Nathan?
I felt that it was something where I could become a really good friend with you.
Yeah.
That's
He got a blindfold on, but that hug made him feel like they could be good friends. He hugged her and was like, "You feel like a friend." Oh shit. Shout out to the Asian men. They've been holding the line on that one. Asian women know not to show up that damn fat. Oh shit.
It's just kind of a gut feeling for me.
No, that's...
He said kind of a gut feeling. No, you felt her gut.
Yeah.
That's just kind of a gut feeling for me.
No, that's totally valid.
What a gut feeling. It was the feeling of her gut, all right. That's what the hell that was. I don't even remember what this one is. I'm about to reel off a few of these real quick.
Oh my God, yes!
Oh. This is crazy. Shout out to RW for sending me this one. This is wild. I'm just doing some off-topic shit real quick. And then we're going to pack this up on them. But you got to see this one.
Oh my God, I'm officially divorced! Yes!
Keep in mind, she's doing a Holy Ghost foot stomp at the, upon finding out that she's officially divorced. She's doing a Holy Ghost victory lap. All right.
Shake me. Oh my God. I'm your brother.
Like, you was just talking about this.
I'm officially primary custodian of the kids. What about the child support? That's it? Tony, that's crazy.
What happened to her mood?
Why? Are you kidding me? That all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
I love this. I love this.
What? This is not fair. When a man shows you who he is, you have to believe him. When anybody shows you who they are, you have to believe them. Like he doesn't have to pay nothing of it? Nothing? That's the that comes with being a woman that is so ride or die about love.
You just did the unholy ghost dance over getting a divorce, but you so ride or die about love, and you find out that you gotta love and provide for your children, and you're pissed. But this is about love. Is that damn wild? Coach, do you know actually something about this? I have no idea what this show is. It just popped up on my Instagram. You saying he successfully hid his assets? I have no. I don't know what this is. Look like a bad reality show. If he successfully hid his assets, and he showed up in divorce court looking broke on paper, and she got full custody, but he don't got to pay shit. That's funny. You know what? I bet. I bet it's probably an amount just not what she wanted. I bet it's probably a decent amount, just not what she wanted.
This is up.
You get a simp hug from somebody. Says she was like, "Yay, divorce." 5 seconds later, Pikachu face. What is that? The fuck is a Pikachu face? I'm just playing. I know what a Pikachu is. I know what a Pikachu face is. That's all it means. Says she probably make money herself. Yeah, she probably do. She probably make halfway decent money. Who knows? Who knows? But all right. That's where. Well, hold on. I got to do something before we get going here. Give me 1 second, because I dropped a pre-record earlier this morning. If you could, holy shit. I'm trying to drop the link to my pre-record in here, but I'm failing miserably at doing it. Trying to drop the link to my pre-record in the chat room so y'all can go and check that out and let that be exit as y'all make it out of the door. Go and check that out. That is right there. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome
to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, we've done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Those are the words of Machismo TV. Make sure you go and check that out. Check out my most recent pre-recording. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.